My name is Philip Booth. I'm one of the solution architects here at Augment Code. And today I'll be taking you through leveraging Cosmos to automate fixing build failures when they occur in Vercel deployments. So to get started with this demo, we need to configure our Vercel MCP server. So this is my demo environment. I already have this configured. So I will come to a fresh environment. I'll go to the MCP server and I'll show you what this process looks like. When I select Vercel, it takes me through a typical OAuth. It will let me log in with Google or GitHub or just my email, and then it will allow Augment to request access to our Vercel. In just a couple of clicks, my Vercel MCP server is ready to go. Once I have my Vercel MCP server ready, the next thing that I want to do is I want to take you through this concept of experts. The expert that you're going to be seeing today is our PR author expert. This expert, it specializes in shepherding PRs from start to finish, meaning you can give this expert a link to a GitHub issue or a linear ticket or just natural human language, and then it will turn that into a PR, but it doesn't stop there. What it will do is it will subscribe to events associated with that PR. So whether it's one of my colleagues leaving comments on that PR, will be able to respond to them, or maybe it is a merge conflict that occurs, it will be able to respond to that and auto-remediate those things. So when you look at an expert, what you'll see is it has a name, it has user instructions, it has an environment that it's tied to, model that you want it to run with, and then a system prompt to control its behavior. And now that we have an expert that we know we're going to use, we can go ahead and create a session. So when I click that new session button, it will let me select my PR author expert. I want to come in here and I want to make sure that I have the Vercel MCP server made available to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and give it an ask for what I want it to implement. And I'm going to say, implement change in my EFS. And I'll go ahead and kick that off. We'll go ahead and let our expert finish its work, and then I will take you through the other parts of the demo. All right, so it seems like it has completed its work. My PR 11 should be ready to go. If I come into the pull request section of this code base, I can see that I have it here. So it gives me a nice overview of what it implemented. And what it did here is it updated my siteconfig.typescript file to group some URL related properties. Now, when this change was put in, the first thing that I noticed here is that there's actually an error in my Vercel deployment. I come over here to Vercel. This is my Vercel build doctor project. And if I come into the deployment section, I can see that I have an error here. And we're already responding to it. So because this error was put as a comment on this PR, my PR author was able to pick up that comment and it was able to start working on it immediately. Now take a look here, exactly what it did. See that it's doing some calls to GitHub to try and figure out what happened. And then it goes into leveraging the Vercel MCP to get the deployment build logs for this so that it can take a look at the build logs and suggest a fix. It seems like it was able to update my page.tsx, so it was able to identify that fix. And if I come back into my pull request, what I notice here is that that build that was red beforehand is now green and ready to go. So if I come back here and I take a look at my deployments, see that just a few seconds later, I have a new deployment here and the build logs look clean. Everything is green and ready to go. And that application is deployed in preview mode, so I know that everything was fixed accordingly. Last but not least, we can come back to that session that's running inside of Cosmos and take a look and see that it was also able to come in here and post a post-mortem on that PR to tell us a little bit more about that build failure. It's saying that it's all green, the build was fixed, telling me what went wrong, and it's telling me how it fixed.